Hey guys, I got a really good opportunity here at the gym today. I got a nice bruise that you can see here that is developing very nicely. So I'm going to take this opportunity to show you guys one of the things that we do here at the clinic, which is kinesiotaping for bruises. It's a very effective treatment for getting rid of these things as quick as you possibly can. So I'm going to show you how to apply the tape today, and then we're going to check back on the progress over a few days and see just how it does. So kind of stay tuned for those, and yeah, let me just put this down and we'll get started. So we're going to sit you here. Hopefully you guys can see everything okay. I'm just using Kinesio brand tape tonight because it's all that I have laying around at home. What they call red, if you can see, I don't know that it's very apparent that it's actually kind of pink. So what I want to do is measure out a bit of tape to where it's going to cover the entire area. We're going to create kind of a basket pattern with two pieces of tape so that it covers the entire area here for me. So one about that long should do, and then one about the same length should be fine going the other direction. What you want to make sure that you do with these things is that you round the edges a little bit. That takes a little bit of stress out of the tape and keeps it from peeling up. Fabric scissors are usually the best to work. They kind of cut through here real nice and easy. So just round all the corners to start with. And for these bruising applications, what we want to do is create kind of like an octopus or spider looking tape. You may have seen it around. What we're going to end up doing is folding this thing a little bit and then cutting it into a few strips so that we can create kind of a lattice sort of pattern over the top here. So what I like to do is leave about an inch for my anchor. Then I'm going to fold this over the top once and again so I don't have to cut all the way down the length, so I can cut it really quickly and efficiently. And I'm just going to make two cuts so that we have 3 fingers here. So you want to measure it out to where things are about even. You know, it's not an exact science. Some people do 4, 5, 3 is usually good enough for me. And again, you want to make sure after you get done, we have these corners again, so we're going to want to round them off. The bruising and swelling applications tend to take a little bit longer just because there is so much trimming of things, but job worth doing is worth doing right. So we're going to make sure we're doing it right today. So I've already prepped the area. You want to make sure that it's been wiped down with alcohol so that everything sticks pretty well. You're not oily or anything like that. We want to make sure that we can put the part where we're applying the tape on a lot of tension. So what we're going to do here is flex the legs so that the skin over the top of this bruise is nice and stretched. And then I'm going to apply my anchor upstream from there. It doesn't really matter which way you go. I just prefer to go upstream for whatever reason. So we're going to stick that part down in a place where we make sure we get full coverage by the rest of these little fingers here. And then just one by one, I'm going to peel these guys off and lay them down with no stretch. So you can see that this tape has some stretch to it. Once it comes off the backing, I'm just going to let it relax, and I'm just going to sort of squiggle that down right on top of where that bruise is at, and then we'll rub it a little bit to activate that glue to make sure that it's sticking down nice and good. Okay, so then we'll do, I usually like to go outside, outside, inside, just to get the stretch around there right, and then we're going to come around here, bring that guy around. We'll stick that down, and then this last one, same thing. Let all that stretch come out and just try and not overlap the tape. We want to make sure that it's sticking down to the skin more than anything else. So we got to cut this other one. So again, what we're going to do, fold it in half, leave an inch on the bottom, fold it in half again so I don't have to cut all the way down the length and everything comes out pretty symmetrical. And then I'm just going to trim it off to where we cut twice and have 3 little strips that are about the same width. And again, you can do more or less, it's up to you. I'm kind of lazy, so I go for 3 and it seems to get the job done. Again, we trim these corners down a little bit. We have a nice mess to clean up after we get done, but that's okay. Get these guys nice and round. right around the corners. And then we're going to do the same thing. We're going to go the opposite direction so we can get the maximum amount of coverage here. So again, put it on stretch. Find a nice place to put this anchor to where the feet will cover where we need it to cover. Right there should be good. And then we're going to take these guys off. There's another way that you can do this is to pop the tip, pull the middle part out so that you're not touching the tape at all, which is good to keep it from not sticking down. Pull the little flap and it's stuck down there real nice. And then we can, oh, I missed a little spot here. So sometimes that will happen and you just come back and trim it in half and it's ready to go again. So we keep this guy on stretch, peel it back, let the tension out, cover the bruise. Last one, pull the tip, pull it out, and down you go. Again, trying not to stick it down, try not to have the anchor end up on tape kind of like I'm doing. So we want to make sure that the very end of it is at least on skin, and that gives us the best chance for it to stick down for the entire time. Application wise, you can leave these things on for up to 4 days. I'm going to be showing you guys the progress, so I'll be taking tape off, putting tape on, but you can leave this on for up to 4 days or so. If it gets itchy or anything like that, just take it off. But other than that, most of the time they're pretty good to just kind of leave alone. You can shower with them on. I would just let it sort of dry by air, or make sure that you pat dry it to get it out of there to keep it from coming up. The finished product looks sort of like so. And what we really want, you can see, is when I straighten my leg out, we get this nice wrinkling effect that's all the way around the top of that bruise. And that's what we're looking for, to sort of open all of those channels up, get that bruise out of there as fast as we can. So I'll keep checking back on the progress with this for you guys over the next couple days, and you can keep checking back with me. So have a good day. Take it easy.